welcome to the Cardiff International Athletic Stadium. Welcome to full live coverage of Cardiff City against Wrexham as well. We have the team which are bound to be the champions, Cardiff, against the team that, quite frankly, are in the best form in this division. Wrexham have been superb to get into the championship side, and we are going to now have a chance to test ourselves against Cardiff City, the best side in the division. They could win the title next week. They have made a couple of changes from the side that won really impressively away at Britain Ferry last weekend. Britain Ferry are a physical team, of course, and as a result, two of their key players, Michaela Cook and Lisa Owen, aren't fit to start today. But it's a familiar side with a lot of quality. Interesting player to spot in a very impressive front three, alongside Molly Keogh and Eliza Colley, who've been prolific for the last couple of seasons for Cardiff. Interesting player in Mackenzie Olden, who'll probably play through the middle of that three, a 20-year-old, getting her first real run in the Cardiff first team. She scored in each of the last three matches, so she'll be an interesting one to keep an eye on for Wrexham. She's never played against us before, so let's see how we deal with her. And moving on to that Wrexham team, of course, the players that are going to deal with her, with one exception, are the side that beat TNS so impressively 3-1 at the Rock last Saturday. The one change is that Lily Jones is fit to start. Great news that, of course. Mary Gibbard is the player that makes way for her and will drop down onto the bench. But this side now, the Wrexham managing to get a bit of continuity going. Absolutely flying at the moment, aren't they? Great news that Karen Allen, who again took lots of lumps during the match and had to go off, has been fit to start this match again. That's fantastic. And on the bench as well, there's just the one change for Wrexham, and that change, of course, is, like I said, Gibbard, who did very well against TNS, has dropped down to the bench, and she'll be there, and there's a lot of experience in there. Del Morgan, of course, as well, backup keeper. Phoebe Davis as well. Rebecca Pritchard and Rosie Hughes, such great servants of the team. Interestingly, on the Cardiff bench, their sub-keeper, Grace Olsen, is only 16. She has had some experience in the first team lines in the last couple of years. Other players of note, well, Laura Kernock's been very good up front for them. Fiona Barry is a quality midfielder, but they brought Kelly Walklett back into their team to add a bit of strength into the middle of the pitch. It's going to be an interesting game. It's a nice day here at Cardiff. That's a change, isn't it? It's a Sunday and the weather's decent. Hard to believe, because honestly, these Sunday matches have been horrible. Absolutely horrible with the weather. As the team's going to come in, I've been chatting in the crowds with a few Wrexham fans who've made their way down, including Lizzie Craven's mum and dad, and they tell me that Lizzie's gran is watching today, so I hope you see your granddaughter put in a couple of cracking saves again. She has been in amazing form, hasn't she, Lizzie Craven, in recent weeks. And while the team have played superbly, the truth of the matter is that Craven has really, when required, pulled her out of the fire with a string of glorious saves. Also just been chatting to a guy here, a German fan who's really keen on Wrexham. He comes from by Hamburg, Matthias. I was having a nice chat with him. He's in Newport doing work experience, but he's come across because he's desperate to see the team in action. So he's looking forward to this one. But yes, it's a true test for Wrexham. Cardiff City will win the title this season. There's no two ways about it. Well, firstly, let's get the maths out of the way. If we don't beat them today, we can't catch them. Let's be honest, that was never something we were targeting, but it just shows how strong they are. And if they win today, they can win the league next week with 3 rounds to go, which obviously in a 20-match season is quite something, isn't it? What an achievement it would be to win it so early. But that's how good they are. And so Wrexham testing ourselves against the best of the best. But we've shown in the last few weeks just how good we are. We've also shown that the fear of the big two is no longer there. Well, certainly the fear of Swansea is no longer there. You see Steve Dale just coming out of the tunnel now. The coach is starting to emerge, and soon the teams will be with us. But yeah, it's going to be terrific to see how we can compare against Cardiff. We've never got anything but a defeat against Cardiff, as we know, and yet our performances have often been good. The way that Steve Dale has set the team up against Cardiff has often been really sharp. We've often caught them out in the early stages because we've set ourselves up in slightly unexpected ways. And, well, the way we're playing at the moment, who knows? Maybe we can just achieve something. Because, like I said, some of the injured players come off. 2 of their players arrived on crutches today. Britain Ferry, like I said, a bit physical. We played them in a fortnight. And they most certainly gave us a physical test. But yeah, a couple of key players out in Owen and Cook for them after playing against Britain Ferry. Wrexham will hope maybe to capitalise upon that. Although Cardiff's strength and depth is so good that you really can't expect that to be a big factor in this. As here we are, here can the team. Wrexham subs coming out. Like I said, lots of quality on that bench for Wrexham. Lots of experience as well. All the players on the bench, all 5 of them, lots of years under their belts with Wrexham and other teams at this level. It's just to remind you all, of course, you can get in touch using the hashtag AskWrexham. That's ASKWXM on Twitter or Blue Sky. And at half-time, I'll certainly be going through, so you're going to throw some chewy ones at me. I'm very happy to go for it. It's a solo flight by me today. So if you don't want me to get any banjo out at half-time, you better throw me some good questions. That's all I'm saying. It isn't a threat. It's a promise. So, Wrexham away to Cardiff City. Teams are quite late, I would argue. By my watch, yeah, it's 2 minutes to kick off. We did have that strange situation at Cardiff Met, of course, earlier this season, after Christmas, when the teams came on the pitch after the scheduled kick-off time. I think a big part of that was that Cardiff Met's changing room is a long way away from the pitch. And we misjudged the journey, but here we are. The teams are coming out. Kerry Walclitt's leading out Cardiff. Karen Allen leading out Wrexham. It's a fascinating test for us. It feels a little bit like a shot to nothing, because this season is already a success. It's already progress on last season after what we've achieved in the last few weeks. We have really shown quality, but this doesn't mean it's not important. We could play Cardiff, of course, in the Welsh Cup final to round off the season. And the way we're playing at the moment, what a chance to have a go at the best in the league and see how much progress exactly that we have made. This game, of course, like I said, at the Athletic Stadium, which means that there will be some heroic camera work going on. I mean, genuinely, this is the furthest commentary point from the pitch I've ever experienced. And I've been doing this for a while. The reason is, okay, it's got the athletics track, but also, weirdly, outside the athletics track, it's also got the long jump and triple jump pits. So twice the distance between the stand and the actual pitch. It's a strange one. And it means the pitch is somewhere over there in a different postcode. And I have brought my binoculars. I generally have brought a pair of binoculars more to try and make a funny, an absolutely hilarious joke. Right. But yeah, there'll be some great work. So John on the main camera is right in front of me, and he is a long way from the pitch, so it'll be a lot of heroic work in order to see, to get a good view of it. As Wrexham are in their pre-match huddle, the mascots are making their way off, and we are nearly ready to go in what will be an absolutely fascinating encounter. Like I said, Cardiff, outstanding, genuinely outstanding in every sense. They are the best team in the division, but we have shown recently that we've got the ability and the right to be competitive with them, and that's quite a comment. So it's Cardiff City against Wrexham. Resurgent, spectacular Wrexham. Can we get a result against the best of the best? No. Wrexham and Cardiff. We're going to switch around ends. The sun will be, I guess, slightly in the Cardiff keeper's eyes. I don't see any other real advantage from switching over. But as there is, there you go. So Wrexham will be kicking from right to left in the first half. We were trying to work out which way they would kick. And we're pretty confident it would be the other way. So that's frustrating for us. Well, that's exactly what my native knowledge achieved, reckoning that we'd kick the opposite way so we could put a camera behind the Cardiff goal. As now Cardiff making their huddle before kick-off. This game's going to start late. In the EFL and the National League, you get fined if you don't start the game on time. And as you can see, Wrexham are ready. I suspect we'll get away with this, won't we? So, finally we're ready to go. Cardiff in all blue, kicking towards Lizzie Craven's goal, left to right. Wrexham in all red. And here we go. So, some vocal support for Wrexham here, as we're about to get things in the way. I do remember last time we came here, though, there were a couple of lads for Cardiff who sang throughout the game, and they're off. And just as a team are off as well. Early layoff by Long, and Chamberlain clipping the ball into midfield. Wrexham get our first touch. Lightfoot back to Lovett. Another player's been in great form lately. Lovely touch that by Lily Jones. Inden's unlucky. She had options to her right. But Wrexham have been really good at getting early starts, positive starts against Cardiff. As Lovett, that's beautifully played. She's given it to Long, but won it back. Inden doesn't quite get the layoff right. Lightfoot has been battling, though, so well in recent weeks. Has she got the free kick? Yes, she has. I must say, Amber Lightfoot, I mean, what a major player, even at her young age, already for Wrexham. Lightfoot is. She's played such a role in our history of this nascent club, and yet the last few weeks she's really hit even better form, magnificent form on the left-hand side. Katie Sharp comes across and stands it up, looking for Lightfoot. Love it. Guesses the second ball well and gets a block in. Cardiff get a little bit lucky there, though. Sharp away once more, and Wrexham with another throw. Positive start by Wrexham. Lightfoot will take it. That's a keep touch, unlucky Suckley trying to find Inden, who had got in goal side. No, that's smart play to win the throw again by Inden. I beg your pardon, by Suckley, that's it, there. Cairns first touch of the ball, good vision. Cara Jones has got the fullback isolated. Early ball's a good one. Can Lee Jones keep that in? She can. That's great work, and Cara Jones looks to deliver. Unlucky. Promising start that, though, by Wrexham, and we certainly are living early on in the Cardiff half. It's exactly how we want it. Chamberlain. Wrexham in possession again. Cairns pinging it to Lovett. Right-footed pass. Good, unlucky that. Good defending. Just to step in and beat Inden to it. Wrexham looking bright. Keel, though, lays the ball off nicely. Good pressure from Lily Jones. Lovett runs it out of play. This is the sort of start that Wrexham wanted. We're getting our challenges in. We're putting them under pressure. Wrexham wants a handball. Like I said, get in touch using the hashtag #AskWrexham if you want to have a chat, ask some questions. Lovett eventually has the ball. And carries through. Suckley unlucky, didn't get the proper contact on that. Launched clear by Evans. Colley. Wrexham are reducing space in the middle of the pitch. Cardiff yet to really get any good possession, long, down the line. It's a nice turn now then, Keogh. Trying to feed it on. Wrexham deal with that. Love it. Wins the throw. Love it. Nice touch by Suckley. Cara Jones wants the big switch. Suckley's the one to hold on to it. She's seen Jones. She's played her in as well. And then two players unmarked at the far post, but Jones might have a go herself. She does. Chamberlain, good keeper, stands her ground well. I mean, earlier in the season, when we played here in phase one, Chamberlain was outstanding. But wasn't that a wonderful switch by Suckley? Cara Jones had two players unmarked, but I think from that possession, and as she's been hitting the goals lately, she had to have a go, and Chamberlain stood up well. So to Wrexham. But yeah, Chamberlain was brilliant in the 4-1 loss that we had in phase one here. It's 4-1, but to be fair, we had a bit of a dubious penalty given against us in the first half, which made a bit of a difference. And then at 3-1, we had a terrific spell of about 20 minutes in the second half where we put pressure on. If we grabbed a goal in that time, it could have got very interesting. Here's danger. But yeah, basically, Chamberlain made 3 magnificent saves, and then they grabbed a goal right at the end to make it 4-1. Early ball by Long's a dangerous one. Allen's done well to cut it out. Gets rid. Wrexham with the early play here. They'll be really pleased with this. Army take a drink from the most expensive bottle of water I ever bought. Sharp. Decisive. It's not clear yet. Sharp gets a good foot in as well. Ball driven off her. It's a corner. Walkers was persistent there, wasn't she? Battling away. Wouldn't let that ball come out of the box. First real spell of pressure that Wrexham have had to survive. So we need to make sure that we keep our heads down, keep it disciplined. Too often against Cardiff we've had bright starts, but then they've shown quality the first time they've threatened and have punished us. It's a decent ball in, powerful header clear, and that's good work. Brave that from Cairns. She's hurt. It was really brave of her to attack that and get it further clear. Initial header was good to get it out of the box, and then Cairns went for it, won the header well, made a bit of a back for her. There's Walkless, not deliberate, but nonetheless the ref's right to give the foul for that, and says Lucy's all right as Dapple, the physio, comes across to have a look. Ian Derbyshire, the Cardiff manager, has had such success. Of course, last year he won everything. Cardiff with a clean sweep, and here again now they've won the league. They're not going to win the trophy, of course. It's already been settled. TNS won that, but they are on track to get to the final again. Of course, last season they beat Wrexham in the Welsh Cup final. Jim in Monticello on Ask Wrexham says this is the day for our first win against Cardiff. I would be very happy with that. There's Josh Evans, Steve Dale, Zoe Clare there on the Wrexham bench. Dave Williams as well. And what a team they have been. They've done a fantastic job. They've stuck to their guns, stuck to their principles, and as a result Wrexham have been rewarded with this wonderful end to the season. As Johnny on Ask Wrexham says, good afternoon to me, or good afternoon, and fellow iFollow viewers. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Ken's thankfully is up. It's funny for me taking the whack to the head, didn't he? But yeah, good news, because she's been playing out Briscoe lately as well. As I've said previously, I think she, Lily Jones and Liv Fuller since Christmas have been the best midfield trio. Well, Fuller, of course, won't be playing again for us this season. Cairns, especially when Lily Jones was unavailable last Sunday, really stepped up to lead in the middle of the pitch. So Wrexham down to 10 at the moment. Craven knocks it long. Bowen gets it clear. Long coming narrow. Walkless. Oh, that's great play. Pings the ball out dangerously. Allen's done well to get that challenge in, but there's still danger. Holden can't control. The ricochet could have been dangerous. Wrexham still down to 10. Having to defend deep here. Price is the top scorer in the division. That's overhit. Yes, incredible wing back on the left as Cairns is now back on the pitch. And she's the top scorer in the whole division. Scored direct from a corner at Britain Ferry last weekend. Wrexham set up for the short corner. Cardiff have committed 3 players forwards in the press. Lizzie Craven, whose quality with her feet has been really important. Cardiff again just continues to enjoy this good spell. Matt Clark felt that was a handball, not given. Long has another chance to pull it back in. That's into a dangerous area. Jones has got a touch to put it behind Walkless and then gets the block in as well. Hooked clear. It was Neve Jenkins stepping out from the back to drill in that block. That shot that was blocked. So Cardiff, after being put under pressure early on, having a very, very good spell of play here. Wrexham can get rid of that though. That's a nice ball down the flank as well. Unlucky. Couldn't quite pick Lily Jones up on the charge as Endon tries to turn it around the corner. And this is a good surge by Billingham. Well read. Lightfoot did well to get back, and now can Wrexham break away? It's a nice idea. Suckley was running in behind. Lily Jones just couldn't quite find it. Ball's all the way back to Chamberlain. B. Lou Haynes. Now here's a great question I'll ask Wrexham, which I'll get to in a second. Oh, Amber Lightfoot's got a chance here to make something happen. Cairns stabbing it in. Oh, you know what? That was unlucky. Suckley, in peeling off, just took her eye off the ball. If she hadn't, she'd have been in behind it. That was a great ball by Cairns. Walkless is really important early on. Great tackle again by Lovett, though. Cairns has got a passing range going. Lily Jones got options here. Goes for the killer ball for it and done. Oh, Chamberlain again. Quality decision-making by Chamberlain. If she hadn't committed that, Endon would have had an easy finish. Lovely, ambitious pass by Lily Jones. But, again, the quality of Chamberlain. It's a lovely pass, that, wasn't it? Really looking to thread that. The easier option would have been to go wide, because we did have an overload. But you don't have to if you can put weight on a pass like that. Chamberlain's so quick off the line. Yes, B. Lou Haynes says, why doesn't the fourth official get to walk out the tunnel with the ref and the assistant refs? As we just see, this is danger. Lily Billingham tries the shots from a tight angle. Craven's always behind that comfortably. Yeah, well, the reason in the women's games why their fourth official doesn't come out is there's no fourth official. We did have one in a recent game. I have no idea why, but generally there's no fourth official in the women's games. And yeah, they have to go. It's up. Well, we either get no board held up, or people from the clubs involved will take the responsibility. Dave Williams, for example, is as a top temporary fourth official, our goalkeeping coach. He'll often take control of the boards. Throw in them. Long. Do they come out with in the men's games with the officials? Maybe they don't. You know, I've never really thought about that. Well, if that's the case, that's just cruel, isn't it? No teamwork, eh? Now Suckley has a lovely idea. She's got underneath it too much. Cara Jones again, though, is getting goal sides. As Price drives it forwards. Yeah, Cara Jones is getting goal sides. of Oldham, who's playing on the left flank and is finding a lot of nice space as that layoff a bit under his, but Jones as well to make something of it, and England nearly managed to turn it around the corner and put Wrexham in. He's Indon again, good quality. Cairns. Oh, it's an important tackle that. Jenkins stepping out. Otherwise, Wrexham may have been able to open things up. It's a nice little triangle. Cairns turns. Billingham's there though. That's a nice little drag back by Billingham. Lightfoot comes back and catches it. I think Lightfoot was disinclined to let Billingham get into a danger area there, wasn't she? Cairns was sold by that beautiful turn. And if Lightfoot wasn't going to be able to get the ball, she was going to get the play. Sharp's aggression knocks Keogh off balance. Craven with the early clearance. That's a good idea for Suckley. Long does well to get a foot in, but again, Craven's so quick to make decisions with distribution, and Wrexham nearly benefited there. So Lightfoot with the throw, looking for Lily Jones. That will drop for Suckley. She wants it to go out of play, and it does eventually. In the shadow of Cardiff City's ground, which is just behind the goal, just across the road, looming over the pitch. Here's Lightfoot. Looking for Lily Jones. That's good, strong defending though, isn't it? Bowen knocking her up out the way. Put back in cleverly by Clark. Important challenge, that by Evans. Wrexham coming on again though. Suckley after it. Another crucial challenge. And Wrexham maintain the pressure. It's good stuff this, knocking at the door. I mean, it feels like a game between two even sides, which tells you how much Wrexham have developed. Wrexham win the throw. Shannon Evans was utterly outstanding when the sides met here in phase one, and she's just made a couple of massive interventions there. Now that's neat, that's nice. Can we deliver something into the box? Indon. Loves drifting out to the right. Good ball in. Well defended by Evans again. That miss hit could have gone anywhere off Billingham. Lightfoot's done really well to make something of it, but she was surrounded by Cardiff players. Good aggression by Sharp. Suckley comes back from an offside position, and that ends the pressure. But like I said, it's a comment on how far we've come. This looks very much like a game between two even sides. Cardiff will win the league this year, no question. But the way we're coming at the end of this season, we may well be really contending next year. It's so exciting. Good work by Allen. Pops it down the line. Indon again, helping it on. It's difficult to do much else with that then, really, wasn't it? Yeah, Jenkins, who normally plays at centre-back, has stepped out and is playing in a double pivot. So Ian Derbyshire looking to cast a little bit of a surprise on us, which, again, is a comment of the respect that we've got. Ooh, Chamberlain, nearly. Suckley anticipated that pass. Now here's Lightfoot. Can she get to that loose ball? Not quite. Danger there, though. Jones is running, wins the throw. This is promising from Wrexham. Very promising. Jones, the switch is on. Cara Jones again has got space, as Oldham is slow to pick her up. That's a ball across too close to Chamberlain, and lucky Suckley had lost a marker as well. With possibilities. Love it. Steps in, gets an important touch. Long with the throw on the halfway line. Walkless composed on the ball until she does that. Suckley now knows that Lightfoot's there, unlucky. Doesn't get enough of a pivot on it to pull it into her path, but again, good thinking. Here's Price. This is heavy. Sharp standing her up, something for Cara Jones to fight for, and she wins the throw-in off Price. Price playing as a full-back rather than a wing-back, which is a more regular role. Obviously, they're similar roles, but the fact of the matter is that she maybe can't get back and put as much pressure on in attacking positions as a result. And again, a compliment to Wrexham. That's well done. Suckley on the charge, and Chamberlain again has to be quick to come out and deal with that. She's a quality keeper, Chamberlain, and she's by far the busier keeper so far. It was nice work. Hiddenden slotting it in. Again, just too much on it, but Suckley is such a willing runner. Chamberlain again, quick decision making, and that makes a big difference. You know, a chance for Cardiff to break. Oh, good recovery work by Allen, but it'll come in eventually. Too much on that goal kick to Wrexham. This is really pleasing, this. Holding our own. Looking very similar in terms of quality to Cardiff. Actually getting a good... That's okay. All the chances, should I say, really coming from us. Sharp. Down the right-hand side. Heavy touch, but still win the throw-in. And then carry surge forwards. Cairns can't quite get past here. Immediate obstacle in and wins the throw. Jim Zeroldi says, got to get a good survey of Cardiff Stadium across the way, Mark. Hopefully we'll be calling a game from there next season. Too right, yeah. Men's and women's games. Both head forwards. In fact, I've got to say, yesterday, I was chatting to Mia at the Wrexham game. She thought the game was at the Cardiff City Stadium. And I started getting excited then, thinking, is it? That'll be fun. It's a bit disappointing when I checked it. It was here. I like it here. Don't get me wrong. But Cardiff City is really nice. Sharp does really well to get across and deal with that. Good work. Throw in then. Long will take. Sharp did ever so well there. Real pace to make it there first. Excellent work. Sharp's been, well, like everyone, just playing out of her skin in recent weeks, hasn't she? It's been really impressive. And fantastic. You know, she's been at the club for a long time, you know, as a kid. Lightfuss does well. It's nice. Yeah, I mean, Casey Sharp, as a kid, coming to Gemma Owen's half-term footy school, you know, just starting from there. It's a fantastic story, and now here she is, absolutely excelling at this high level. Craven finds Lightfoot. Long. Now, Lily Jones, that's a nice idea. Will it run off the pitch? The backspin works. And Suckley, decisive first touch. Only Hiddenden in the middle for it. She wants to go back in, I think, and engage. And does well. Feeding it in dangerously. Crucial foot in by Bowen. Allen driving forwards typically. Just shows too much to Walkless, but wins it back. She's available. There's options here. Wrexham have got a number of players attacking the box. Allen pulls it in. Crucial header by Billingham. And that was unlucky as Cairns tried to drill it straight back. She knew there were players over there. Now then, 3 against 3, 4 against 3 in fact. Can Cardiff work this right? This is how we've been getting caught out by them. Keogh with the chance. Tight angle, drills it wide. Important recovery again from Sharp. A danger at both ends. Wrexham working the overload. And then the counter-attack. Great transition. But again, Sharp getting across, doing ever so well, putting the pressure on, and as a result the shot is wayward. So still 0-0. Wrexham have looked threatening, but Cardiff there on that break, it was 3-on-3. Ultimately this couldn't finish. Second bit of great defending by Sharp in a minute. And then Allen knocking it long. Craven. Hiddenden will latch onto that. Only Suckley's up with her at the moment. It's a tricky one, unlucky. Cara Jones fighting hard. And again, nicely done, good vision. Now Lightfoot knows that Suckley is there. Suckley has got Indon attacking the far post. Lovely return ball. Lightfoot is in here. Oh, is that a penalty? I want to see that again. It's a hell of a tackle if it isn't a penalty. Wow, what a moment that was. Big call by the ref. Lovely move by Wrexham, and that little return ball into Lightfoot was perfect, wasn't it? But was there contact on Lightfoot first? Wow, that's a hell of a tackle by Evans. Fair play. I want to be biased. I so want to be biased, but that's a great tackle. That, I mean, if she doesn't get a toe on that, it's a clear penalty. She's going in across Lightfoot's leg. It's a really dangerous angle to make a tackle from, but she's got it right. And that is superb defending. Fair play. Lovely ball in by Suckley, and Lightfoot, who did so well initially, was nearly on the end of it. But Shannon Evans, that's a remarkable tackle. Love it. Suckley helps it in nicely. Indon, great first touch now. She's got players attacking the box. Nat Clark is in the middle. Cara Jones at the far post. Indon has Suckley in support on the flank. Suckley onto a stronger foot, into a good area. Oh, the keeper is able to save it. Just didn't quite get the contact, Clark, that she wanted. But Wrexham really pushing hard. The singing fan is going for it because he knows they need it. Suckley with a lovely ball in. Clark with a free header. And she tried to put it in the top corner, just didn't get it far enough away, and it was well held by Chamberlain. Love it with the foot end, but Wrexham are really looking impressive here. 26th minute, with a better team. But we know what quality Cardiff have got as Walcliffe helps it on quickly. Olden now, looking to go around the outside of Cara Jones, drives it in, good foot in by Allen. Maybe a throw by the corner flag. Wow, we're making opportunities here. This Wrexham side believes now, doesn't it? Jim's calling it a penalty. Fair enough. I mean, I'm just trying to call it off the monitor, so let's have another look at some point. And then here's a moment of danger until again Sharp snaps in. It was offside anyway. But Sharp wasn't going to let that develop into anything, was she? Belu Haynes actually following up, talking about fourth officials, saying I never see the fourth official walk out with the other officials in the men's games. Fair enough. Oh, they're the neglected officials, aren't they? As Cairns is penalised for pushing the back. One of my favourite sports nicknames was, and I'm sure our Australian fans will know where I'm going with this cryptic. I'm talking about you. When the Australian cricket team had two brilliant brothers, Steve Waugh and Mark Waugh, and everybody used to make a fuss of Steve, and at first Mark Waugh wasn't getting in the team. His nickname was Afghanistan, the Forgotten War. That looks offside, and it's overhit anyway. Yeah, Afghanistan, the Forgotten War. I think the fourth officials must be the Afghanistan of officiating. Yeah, Belu Haynes says, I have to watch more replays, see if they bring up the rear to parade of officials, players and mascots. They also wear a different outfit until or unless they sub for an assistant. Yeah, I think they got like the sort of tracksuit over the top, don't they? I would not want to be a fourth official. The grief they get from the referees. Sharp rather, launching it away. It's offside. Yeah. Because they're mic'd up, aren't they? So the fourth officials are mic'd up to the referee and linesman, and a lot of the grief they get, because let's be honest, managers more at them over decisions which the fourth official haven't given. The officials are thinking, probably the ref can hear this over the intercom, probably the linesman can hear this over they're putting pressure on that way. I don't think it works. Sharp knocks it long. Such good strength by Suckley. Indon unlucky on the stretch, couldn't quite win that. Lightfoot though does well to control it, can't quite keep hold of it. Long gets across, again Wrexham putting pressure on. Idden's return pass just under hit. Jenkins has to hook it clear. Throw to Wrexham. Love it. Cairns can't come out with the ball. Billingham works the ball across. Remember to get those Ask Wrexham questions in for half-time. We'll see a few of the key moments of the half. And then Lovett has done for pace there. Great running now. Collie into the middle. Allen needs to deal with this. And hasn't dealt with it fully. Tight angle though. And the ball drilled over the bar. Dangerous moments there for Wrexham. Collie did really well, didn't she, to come across. Took a nick off a defender there. Dangerous that though. Collie pulled it in. Keogh did well to bring that down. It was arriving quite high. And yeah, it's a big block, that corner. Of course, this is the danger, isn't it? Cardiff have such quality. You can outplay them, and then they'll come up with something a bit of class and punish you. Set piece then. Price standing nastily to the far post. Great touch by Craven. It's not away yet, but it's a great piece of keeping that. Wrexham still having to battle. Shots dug out. And he's got this clear. Iddenden won't get there. Long range hit. Says it. There you go. That's a hell of a shot. Craven had no chance that came through a crowd. But that is cruel. Wrexham have been playing so well. But a scramble after Craven had done really well to palm it away. And that long range shot, well, just nails to perfection, wasn't it? Clearance dug out by Clark. And when it came back out, it's Billingham, isn't it? Yeah, Billingham smashes it in. Superb hit that. I mean, nobody's saving that. It's just there, just couldn't quite get it properly clear. And Billingham drilled it perfectly through the crowd bottom corner. And that's cruel on Wrexham. We've been aside making the chances. Here's Cairns now, though. Putting into a good area. Cara Jones will be beaten to it by Price. But we've shown that we can make chances comfortably against them. We just need to keep playing as we have been. No need to panic. Love it. Throws it towards the edge of the box. Cairns can't get to it. Lightfoot can. Suckley scrapping away. Ball's hooked clear. So Wrexham a goal down, but playing well. Allen being put under pressure. Craven with another sure-footed contact. The sun again, just in Jenkins' eyes. That's why we switched ends, isn't it? Cara Jones won't get to that. She gets a touch on the pass, though. And now it's good work by Lily Jones, just putting pressure on Walklett. Price. Neat little touch by Walklett. And now Billingham, the scorer, looking to play it through again. Sharp is excellent. And that's lovely work in midfield now. Can Wrexham capitalise on that early one from Suckley? Iddenden chases. Won't be able to get there. Cara Jones is so well in the middle of the pitch there. But yeah, that pass just overhit. We were continuing to push on. Continuing to ask questions. Jim Zaroli says, I believe the term is against the run of play. Yeah, that was certainly a goal that Wrexham didn't deserve to concede, but like I said, Cardiff quality, they will finish. And that hit was perfect, wasn't it? Suckley didn't realise just how crowded it was. It's a nasty one. Dead bounce just helps Craven to deal with it. Steve on Ask Wrexham says, isn't that how it goes? Cruel game sometimes. Absolutely right. And Ruby Slippers said, drat, shake her off, ladies. I think this team has really consistently shown that if anything goes against them, they come back for more. There's lots of play left in this, and Suckley will chase that. Chamberlain, though, again. Just does the basic thing sensibly. Good starting position, gets there easily. Jenkins away. Love it, good challenge, that. Cairns fighting in the middle of the pitch. Iddenden helps it on. And that's a lovely little ball in. Suckley has got options either side. Cara Jones, light-footed marks at the far post. Jones puts a lot on it. Instead, she nearly does her speciality and scores from across. Well, she's done that twice already since Christmas. She means it, doesn't she? She must mean it. But Cara Jones again wide on the flank, and you know what? When you're trying to do that to Chamberlain, it shows you've got confidence in what you can achieve. Now then, that's a good ball out. Had to be. Because Jones immediately put pressure on Price, and she's won it. Suckley now. Against Evans as well to keep her in. Jenkins is there to cover. A little lucky that her mishit clearance falls kindly. Love it. Well, I do love it. That's tremendous. Great header. That's a corner. Wow. Careless. But there you go. When you do the right things, you get rewards. Love it with a fabulous running header. And she forces a mistake. If you keep making players take action, you'll force an error eventually. Chamberlain there. I mean, that is uncharacteristic. She is excellent. Let's be honest, we've got the two best keepers in the division here on this pitch. So, Cairns offers short, but I think Cara Jones will deliver. And she does, and that's nasty. Keeper takes it. Took her a little bit low. Of course, the danger of taking it to your chest is what nearly happened there. Sharp tried to run across the front of her. If you take her at its highest point, Sharp shouldn't be able to beat you to it. But if you take it to your chest, there's a danger that a player running across will get the touch and score. As it is, Bellingham will let that roll for the throw. We have responded really well to going behind, haven't we? In midfield now, Lee Jones forcing some pressure, but she's held off well. Poor pass, having said that, but Oldham is available and is found by Bellingham. So Wrexham a goal down into the last 10 minutes of the half. Steve makes it 2-1 to me in the penalty count and asks Wrexham. I need to put a poll up, don't I? Somebody needs to. Like this. It was close. I mean, it's a sort of challenge that 9 times out of 10 will be a penalty. The impression I got from the replay is that Evans just timed it perfectly. Not easy. Love it. Indon again. Suckley has been a real thorn in the side of Cardiff. Cairns unlucky. Looks to turn away from Keogh, but runs out of space, and that's a fabulous idea from Jenkins, and Oldham will keep it in. Brilliant pass that. Oldham standing it up, and good hands from Craven. Here's Lightfoot now. Nice. Slips one player. Indon. Unlucky. Good defending that, to be fair. Bowen stepping in, getting close. And Wrexham get the offside call against Oldham. Chip Pate has asked an excellent question about the development of teams in Welsh women's football. That's my first one for half-time. Throw me any others that you want. John Craig has got a good one in as well. Chip Pate sent this before the goal. Still think it's a fair and accurate comment, and it still holds true, I think, despite an even competitive match. But to be honest, at the moment, given our decisiveness and pressure, we look like the league leaders. Yeah, well, I think at the moment these are the two best teams, as Cairns is beautifully there. Ah, lucky. She splits the two options that she had. Sharp uses her body well. And Craven knocks it away. Keogh, return pass is a good one, just a heavy touch, and Sharp's in control of it. She wants it to roll out of play, but it won't. Did around the end to win the goal kick. Very calm. Keogh, such a good player. Their forward options are so good. Keogh, Colley, Oldham. Real choices in there. And it is shown. Cara Jones looking for Indon. She's done well to help that in. Now Suckley will get there first. A difficult one to control, but she has controlled it, and she scores! Superb play by Wrexham, and they strike through the middle. Suckley, I don't know, is that gesture aimed at the lad singing at the back of the stand? But what a good finish that is. Suckley nails it. Great play by Inden to hook that on. And Wrexham strike. Wrexham are equalised at Cardiff. And just like Chip Pace just said and asked Wrexham, we deserve that. We are playing with authority here. Inden did brilliantly. I mean, just to keep it in, never mind get the weight of that pass perfect. And Suckley, I mean, it bounced at an awkward height for her. She killed it beautifully and drilled it through. And Ava Suckley continues her superb run of form. She's been banging those goals in lately, hasn't she? Wrexham deserved that. Lily Jones forces an error. Cara Jones on the stretch as well to get it back to Allen. Wrexham with their tails up now. We've responded so well to going behind. Cairns. Jones. This is nice. Now Cairns. Allen's just taking a while to get up after that, but there's Suckley. Inden. Lightfoot is goal side of her marker at the far post. Under Hess. Get another goal though. That's a good pullback. Suckley drills this. Good save by Chamberlain again. The quality tells of the goalkeeper, but Suckley there hits it well. Chamberlain in position does really, really well. But Inden, first cross blocked, second cross excellent. And again, the ball just didn't sit kindly for Suckley, but she still gets a powerful shot away, and Wrexham now pounding on the door. Throw into Wrexham on the halfway line. If this keeps going like this, I could get into football. I'm just saying. Oldham, that's a good idea. She's unlucky. Ooh, sharp. For once wasn't certain, but that's a good pass forwards by Clark, and it's good vision looking for Lightfoot, just overhits Chamberlain, and Long communicate well. That's good work by Lovett. Hassel Billingham, good strength by the midfielder who came in at the start of the season. I've got to say, it's been a real high quality signing for them. Brilliant from Lily Jones though. Now she's got support inside it. Good work. Bowen stepped out to deny it. Jones tackled back well, but you can see how frustrated she is then throwing her head back. She just had a chance there, didn't she? Long. Clips it. Sharp. Touch tight. Throw goes Cardiff's way. Wrexham organising with a touch then. Wrexham will get first to that. You just feel we've got 3.5 minutes left of the half plus added time. This would be a bit of that as England as well. That Wrexham really got the momentum here. We need to keep going here. Suckley, is she fouled? Yeah, free kick. And yeah, Evans complains, but she clearly went right through Suckley there to get to the ball. So Wrexham with the free kick. That needs it again. It's a bit of a wild one, wasn't it? Suckley's in such wonderful form, isn't she? She has struck already today. Craven with the ball out. And when it was helped on into a nice area, Inden on the chase. I mean, she did so well to keep it in, and then to get that weight on the pass, perfect. It bounced on an all horrible height, didn't it, for Suckley, who brought it down very coolly with the right foot. Lovely finish by her. Super work. Again, Craven's quality going forwards with her feet. Suckley looks like she'll be okay to continue. So again, ludicrously, she'll be punished for being kicked by having to stay off the pitch for half an hour when we've got an attack and set piece. Absolutely insane rule, isn't it? Anyway, Wrexham have the set piece. And Lily Jones rips it into the far post. Now then, danger here. It's hooked back in, off the line. Goodness me, Inden helps it. And again, good hands by Chamberlain, but what a scramble that was. nasty delivery by Lily Jones, and goodness me, Cardiff at full extension, getting that away. Griffiths in by England, just hurt her foot. Just limps away a little bit. Lily Jones with a big tackle. That's great. Now then, drives through the middle, tries the long-range shot. Suckley's back on the pitch now. With Indon limping then, and she's just feeling her foot again. We were essentially down to 9 for a moment then. But we survived. Well, so you survived with living in Cardiff's half of the ball. That ball in by Lily Jones, crazy scramble. Cardiff really had to battle to avoid conceding. Throw down a line. Oof, that's a heavy contact down on Suckley. Wrexham at the throw. Throw that way into the box. Indon pops it off nicely. Jones standing her up. Lily Jones attacking that. Amber Lightfoot too. Clark's after that too. Forces a hurried clearance. This is good from Wrexham. We're in control of this. Can we drive that advantage home? We'll see soon how much added time there is. There should be a fair chunk of it. Brooke Cairns is after that and forces the error. Clark, good ball. Good defending though. Jenkins looking to break things up in the middle of the pitch. The ball's hooked on. Sharp does well to get the touch. And doesn't quite get it clear. And he has danger now. Craven reads it comfortably. So, Wrexham 1-1 here. As Cairns, ball just gets away from it. She's working hard, sticking to the task to try and force an error from here, which he achieves. Nice touch. Clark receiving it from Lily Jones. Clark again, the ball's on, and to Lightfoot, and she plays it nicely. Lightfoot now, another chance to run out long. Long gets a good foot in. Lightfoot has won the corner there. And Wrexham can continue to put the pressure on. I bet they don't get pressure on them like this very often, Cardiff, eh? They certainly weren't in terms of the game at Britton Ferry last week. I don't think we're going to find out how much added time there'll be, because, like I said, there's no fourth official. In the other game, TNS are leading Britton Ferry 1-0, by the way. As the ball is swept in under the bar, nastily, defender gets up ahead of Chamberlain. Cairns, early ball in as a beauty. Suckley now, turning. Just got away from her. She's done really well to retain possession of Billingham, hopping away in pain after that challenge. Allen, Indon. No. Will Lily Jones hit this? No, she slides it back in. Indon on a chase. Oh, she got the foot in as well, but just couldn't pick out a teammate in the middle. Sharp. Nice one for Chamberlain to take. Coming out the sun. She was comfortable enough, wasn't she? Yeah, Lexi Jones has scored for TNS to put them ahead at Park Hall. Lightfoot, high foot from her. Ref plays on as Walkless, who was very impressive in the early stages, but since the goal has been quite quiet. Lovely feet by Cairns. Ref, I think, quite rightly stops play. Clark was under pressure. Yeah, Walkless is an excellent player, the Cardiff skipper. And I'm not trying to criticise her by saying that she's drifted out of the game. It's just that she's trying to get forward and support the strikers, and we're dominating the match. She's not able to influence the game like she was. Lightfoot. Lily Jones makes it hers. Suckley on the chase. Evans again having to launch it clear. Lovett, powerful header back in. Surely offside against Suckley. Flag stays down. She could have benefited there. That would have been a mistake, I think. She looked well off to me. Again, sharp, really good balance. Lily Jones round the corner. Lightfoot now helping her on. That's a crucial little turn by Long. I think Lightfoot's pass would have found Indon. The ref has on 3 minutes and decides that's enough. What a superb performance by Wrexham. 1-1 away to Cardiff. We've been a better side, and there's no question about that. We conceded, and we roared straight back. Ava Suckley equalising after Millie Billingham's long-range shot was perfect. It threw a crowd into the corner. Iddenden helped it on to Suckley. Took it beautifully. There was lots of exciting action in that first half. Wrexham getting a real rousing reception from the fans. Now listen to that. Impressive from Wrexham thus far. Cardiff will be glad they're not behind after a half packed with incident. There's an awful lot of it. Head in Chamberlain's hands. There's a Craven coming off, having a chat with Dave Williams. A solid time is Cairns, lovely footwork, just teeing things up. Lee Jones with that great ball in, just too much on it, but again Chamberlain's alertness was crucial. We kept working Chamberlain, although Lizzie Craven, like I said, was also solid when called upon. There's moments of danger now, and Billingham just cut inside, drilled a shot from a tightish angle, but Craven comfortably behind it. Like I said, Chamberlain the more busy goalkeeper, and Wrexham threatened again. Cara Jones throwing down the line. Again, Iddenden on the right looking threatening, feeding it in once more for Suckley, and once more Chamberlain quick, able to get across. Cardiff again were able to come at us. Once more Billingham central in a lot of their best work. Keogh drilling a shot which went wide of the near post. Craven had that covered. Excellent work that by Sharp to get across and force the shot wide. And then it was Iddenden again teeing things up with Suckley. Suckley onto her right foot, drilling a lovely cross in. Nat Clark was attacking it. Good contact on it. Chamberlain though alert and gets across. Every time I see that save, it looks better and better. But Cardiff, like I said, had less of the game, but were able to get balls into the box. Allen then not properly getting a contact on the clearance, and the shot came in which was deflected over the bar, which led to the goal by Billingham. Corner. After Keogh's shot was deflected over, Price swept in the corner. Wrexham dealt with it initially. Great touch by Craven to touch it away. When the ball came back into the middle, there was a bit of a scramble, maybe a couple of half chances for Wrexham to get the ball clear. We couldn't quite manage it. I think that's a tackle that popped it into Billingham, and she drilled it perfectly. No chance for Craven. As you can see, Cara Jones scoops out a clearance, and yet Cairns is just about to get there when a Cardiff toe prods it back to Billingham, and that perfect strike through the crowd. No chance for the keeper. But Wrexham really responded well and got the equaliser. Great ball. Craven working it down the right. Cara Jones hooked it on. Abby Iddenden does brilliantly to get there ahead of Evans and lift it over the top. Suckley, see that bounce, that awkward bounce there, but she lets it drop. She keeps cool. Nice little touch. And a lovely slotted finish as Chamberlain came out and made herself big. There's a lot to like about that goal. Like I say, Iddenden just preventing the throw-in in itself would be good, but it's a lovely assist. And just watch that bounce. A big, exaggerated bounce, then it bounces a bit lower, a bit awkwardly, and look at how Suckley brings it under control and just calmly slots it to the side of Chamberlain, who'd come out and got pretty close to her, which is making it difficult. And frankly, after that, we absolutely piled it on. Iddenden with her first cross denied. The second ball came in, and Suckley drilled that. Again, a really good save. Chamberlain once more at the end, where she made those three terrific saves in the second half in the first phase. doing ever so well, and then that was the scramble from the Lee Jones free kick. Cairns dropped it into the goal mouth, it's cleared, put back in again, dangerously by Hindon, and Chamberlain did well. Wow, cracking first half. You've got to say, Wrexham have got to be so happy with the way that we've gone about that, and disappointed that we're not in the lead, but this is great work. So Wrexham doing ever so well. Let's have a look at some Ask Wrexham questions. Like I say, keep firing them in. As I said, let's start off with Chip Pates, of course, and it's an interesting one. How did Cardiff and Swansea become the clear top teams in Welsh women's football? Is it entirely having greater access to semi-pro talent in larger cities? Or was it something that the local culture, or going all in financially or promotionally earlier in the development of women's football? Chip, I think you've covered pretty much all the factors there, because I think you're correct in all of them. Maybe the first thing to really point out is that although in Wrexham we've had a women's team for quite a while, it was down to some terrific work by individuals, and the club didn't incorporate the women's team into Wrexham AFC officially till 2018, which is why when I talk about stats, it's I'll often refer to 2018 as that starting point. That's where we take our official stats from. Before then, the club, I would say, was loosely affiliated. Certainly, you know, Gemma Owen, who was working there, for example, and the players who were with that earlier side continued through, but they weren't officially sort of affiliated to Wrexham by 2018. And even then, it's really Robin Ryan's takeover which has supercharged the women's team within that Wrexham AFC fold. So yes, 100% correct. Partly is that Swansea and Cardiff took it more seriously earlier than we did. So that's the key determining factor. And with the best will in the world, if Robin Ryan hadn't come in and decided to prioritise helping the women's team as well as the men's team, you know, we may have got ourselves into the top league, but it's not a guarantee. They've done so well, and as I said earlier, they've invested so well in infrastructure and in good people around the club, around the team, which has allowed us to take things on. Yes, Chip, you're also quite right. Cardiff and Swansea, bigger cities, much bigger cities, so they're going to be able to access talent more easily. Also, in general, if you were to look at a sort of demographic view, a map of Wales, you would see that the area in the southeast of Wales is much more heavily populated than the north. And you'll also notice, of course, that now we are able to bring some players in. We bring in plenty of Scousers, don't we? We have links to Stoke City, we get Stoke players coming across, we have Scouse players like Nat Clark, Cara Jones, Brooke Cairns. So, you know, you get a lot of us looking to jump across the border to look for the big cities, if you like. But yeah, Swansea and Cardiff and the valleys, the area around here, definitely they've got more options in terms of selecting. And you're right to talk about semi-pro talent, because the truth of the matter is that yeah, at a semi-pro level, players aren't going to travel outside their local area because they'll have to give up their job. So yeah, that's it. In terms of going in all in financially and promotionally, I think there's elements of that, elements of it, but I think it is the sort of demographic thing and the fact that we didn't really get things going until Rob and Ryan were able to back up the outstanding work of people like Gemma Owen, who, like I said in the commentary, you know, she was setting up half-term girls' football camps. That's how players like Casey Sharp came in. You know, there's a few players in the current squad who've been with us long before that 2018 cut-off point. Some might have left and come back, but players like Del Morgan, Rebecca Pritchard, Katie Sharp, Phoebe Davis, you know, these are players who have long relationships with Wrexham, both before and after the official Wrexham AFC, sort of, like I say, incorporation. John Craig asks, what are the prospects for bringing in more talent? are there transfer windows like the men's? Right. We are able to bring players in only during transfer windows, the same as the men. You might think that's slightly odd, seeing as it's semi-pro football, but it's because we're a Welsh FA competition. So whereas, oddly enough, National League, which is almost a completely professional competition, that was something where, until the end of our spell in the National League, you didn't have transfer windows. FAW official competition means that, yeah, this does have transfer windows. So you can bring in players who aren't contracted. You can bring in free agents, although those free agents have to be a free agent on the first day of the window closing, by the way. You can't leave a club after the window closes and then sign for a new one. If you're contracted at the start of that window, that's that. And then the fact is that, yeah, that makes it tricky. Prospects for bringing in more talent, John, so touches on what I said before. How do we bring in players in terms of down south? Players aren't going to come up north at their semi-pro. Is there some scope perhaps to have a hybrid system of having some professional contracts and some semi-professional contracts? Is there scope to go fully professional? Those are decisions I couldn't answer. If I'm totally honest with you, I've got no idea whether that's a conversation that's being had or not, but otherwise we are really looking at local talent. I mean, a lot of these players with Wrexham have had links with big English women's teams, like I said, teams like Stoke, Liverpool. Buckens has been at Liverpool, West Ham, different places like that. Chatting to Lizzie Craven's parents before the match, and she was at Man City. And, you know, so we've had players who've been to really impressive academies but haven't been able to really break through much into the first teams, and as a result have then ended up with us. But yeah, that's sort of the area that we at the moment are looking to take advantage of. That's how we're looking to recruit. So it's not easy, and it means that unlike the men's team, we can't go and buy players from 2 leagues higher up, because, okay, firstly, in the Welsh setup, there is no 2 leagues higher up, of course, but also we can't really go across the border and attempt across English players just with the wage, you would argue, because they're going to be professionals at a level we'd like to go to. And also, you know, would they really be looking to come across and all they're playing for is to get in the Champions League and find it really tough to get through that pre-season qualification section. So it's not easy. Steve says, and I completely agree with this, it seems that Swansea had more... hang on. Now, it seems that Swansea had more speed than Cardiff and the pressure was greater. Maybe it's just my perception. Yeah, now that's really interesting, because I felt certainly the first 15, 20 minutes, and I'm just looking, he sent that 28 minutes ago, so that fits in. I thought the pace of the game was slower than we've seen recently. And I wondered exactly why. It might not be real, as Aaron Lovett's come out on a roll. No, that's the Miles starting to come out now. Yeah, it does seem a slightly slower pace, but again, you know, it depends how you set yourself up. Cardiff, they weren't pressing quite as hard as Swansea and Tedness have done there, both sides. I'd like to put pressure on the ball and have high defensive lines. I mean, it's got to be said, let's be frank here, Swansea did make it a faster paced game, did look to put pressure on us in our half. Didn't work for them, did it? Let's be perfectly frank here, it did not work for them. So yes, I agree. I think that there was pressure on us which didn't quite match up with what was going on previously in previous games, but Cardiff are better than that, and as we saw with their goal, you know, they're not, you know, they might not be on top of the game, but the truth of the matter is they will still be able to score a goal, and that's why, even though we've done ever so well, Michael also pointed out Sutley's goal not dissimilar to Smith's goal yesterday. 100% agree, very calm finish after the keeper gets close. But the fact of the matter is that we're up against a very strong side who, even though we're on top, could hit us with a goal because they got class up front and class in their setup. Tom Streeter on Ask Wrexham is a discerning chap and says kudos to the production crew, doing some fantastic work. 100% agree. Absolutely right. And like I said, the circumstances here, I got a thumb up from John, excellent. The circumstances aren't easy here because you are miles and miles and miles away from the pitch. And so to be able to give you that, you know, the sorts of angles that you normally would get is terrific work by them. It really is. John was saying to me beforehand that the problem in this game could be haze, just a distance, you know. It's like commentating from one Andean mountain top to another. That's how far away we are. And like I said, I did put a comedy video up on TikTok of my binoculars. I genuinely do have binoculars here. I haven't used them during the game. But, yeah. Oh, Wrexham all the way. Now, here's one. I know I shouldn't be annoyed. I always like someone who starts like that. I like to start sentences like that because I secretly love being annoyed. Because they only look like 4 or 5-year-olds, but it's winding me up how the ball goes and people throw the balls to the Cardiff players, but make the Wrexham ladies find the ball themselves. All would be well if Wrexham get the win they deserve. Right, I'm going to have a look out for that now. So I must be honest, I didn't notice. I've got a couple of comments I should say about that, though. And one of them is, I think being illustrated in the size of the pitch now, because a couple of the ball girls are jumping up and down to the right of the Cardiff players coming out and joining in with the singing. I'm not saying that as, I'm not pointing out bias. What I'm pointing out is that, like, you're right, they're little kids. They're having a great time. They're on the sides of the pitch doing a Cardiff City match. You know, that's cool. I rather suspect that maybe they're not particularly trained for the job. The classic example was when we went to Barry Town. I think it was the one in the league, not the trophy. And yeah, these little girls were having a lovely time. Didn't fully appreciate that the players wanted the ball back straight away. And there was one point where a couple of them started playing amongst each other with the ball that went out when the team was to take the throw-in. I'm guessing it's not bias. I'm guessing it's not a scam, as Cardiff are making a change at half-time. So down on the halfway line, we've got a substitute who's going to come on. And interestingly, it's one of our regular players, Fiona Barry, who's come on into midfield. I'll have a little look and see who she has replaced. It might be Molly Keogh, you know. Major players to lose, if that's the case. So here we go for the second half. Can Wrexham finish this job? Ball's not long. Bounces through. Chamberlain will deal with that. Let it roll through, but she wants to keep the intensity going. Clark won the header well. Cardiff still with the... No, I think they've changed shape. That's what it is. Jenkins has dropped back in and made a back three because, let's be honest, they played with a flat back four in the first half and it wasn't working out for them. Wrexham certainly dominant. So let's see if that change will have any impact. Throw in the halfway line. Price now able to get into more advanced positions. Leave the throw in for Shannon Evans. Cara Jones gets a foot in. Bellingham switching. Love it. Every time. Barry will chase. Craven. Sure-footed as ever. Now. It's back in there. Indon does well. That's great vision now. Wrexham with the chance to put the ball in. Two players attacking the box. Early ball from Lightfoot. She'll have another go. Right-footed, stronger foot this time. Evans is there once more. Feeds it long. Allen can let that roll out for the throw. We've seen this a number of times. Like I've said, I think at the start, Steve Dale is adept at setting a team up that will cause issues, and yeah, Cardiff changing their shape just illustrates how well he set his team up. That's unlucky. Subtly looking for Lily Jones, but too much on it. When a team has to respond to what you're doing to them, it is a real comment on the quality of your performance. Cardiff, let's be honest, 9 times out of 10, maybe more often than that, will go into a game in the Adran Premier and boss it just by playing their game. They've had to adjust now because they can't boss this game. Bellingham, good strength. Good challenge, though, coming in by Cairns. Now, Clark's got a little bit of time. It's a bit narrow, but she's done well. Lily Jones helps her on. That's the right idea. Riddenden on the left. Their usual preferred right-hand side. She likes to drift you from a central starting position. Love it. Drilling it in, nearly found Suckley. Wrexham, to be fair, are starting this half on the front foot as again. There's a lovely flick. Jones helping her on. Price clear. I'm saying their wing backs are going to be looking to get out the pitch. As Allen, good strength, wins the throw. At the moment, they are having to stick back in those sort of full back positions because Wrexham are putting them under pressure. Suckley. Good challenge by the substitute Barry. Lovely feet by Barry as well. She draws the foul. I think it's Alden, actually, beg your pardon. Alden it is who's gone off, who was playing on the left-hand side in the 4-2-3-1. Now it's 3 at the back, with Billingham anchoring in midfield. Price, typical shape on that, but Craven's under control. And the early delivery is interesting. Jenkins doesn't deal with it well. Evans has to get it clear. Just came out of the sun then for Cairns. Wrexham will get the throw. Allen cheekily stepping across. Look, an interesting little setup Cardiff have got here, when a little bit lopsided, a little bit left. So they've got attacking play on the left, not so much on the right. Let's see how they settle down when the ball goes the other side, because you can't see for certain, but there seems to be a bit of a gap in their team on the right. It's good work by Clark. Look, can't pick out Lightfoot. It's given away now then. Hindon, Suckley. She pulls off a tactical foul, I think, let's be honest there. Just to slow things down, stop Cardiff getting forwards. It's drilled in nicely. Barry can't take it cleanly though. Hindon outnumbered, battling with Billingham. Borthwick, beg your pardon. Ambitious attempt by Evans. Lightfoot's in control, taking it away from Long. Good tackle that though. Bowen now can come forwards herself. Billingham. That's great work again by Lovett. Chance for a cross. Long overhits that. Slowish pace again as the start of the half. Wrexham standing the subs out to warm up. Like I said, really experienced bench for Wrexham today. Allen with the throw. Big Len also pointing out the similarity between Suckley and Smith's goals on Ask Wrexham. Yeah, 2 very cool finishes. 2 informed strikers. Lily Jones unlucky, couldn't quite get there. Chip Pate asks, exactly how hard is Erin Lovett's cranium? Well, what unit of hardness do you want me to measure it by? That Price, first chance to really get forwards. Barry. Billingham hits it again. She scored once from this range. Poor pass by Barry. Price had come inside to have a pop herself. Like I said, she's the top scorer in the league, cutting in from the left-hand side. But, Barry didn't realise it. Suckley aggressive, but Evans does well. Wow, the moment that ball bounces, Cardiff have got a chance to try something. Bellingham with the effort. Great effort, that. Craven might have had it covered, but that was a super hit by Bellingham. And her shots from outside the box are the main source of threat on Wrexham's goal. And then here come Wrexham down the other end. But that was superb on the turn by Bellingham. Really lovely shape on it. Hit the post. It was terrific, wasn't it? Did Everson ever well. Drove it beautifully, set it just outside the post, came back in. Not quite enough. Cardiff again coming forwards. This change of shape, I think, it's just helped him a bit. Barry. Well done, outnumbered in the end. Good tracking back, that. Typical tracking back by Lily Jones, who then makes herself available. But Cardiff there again, just showing that they have got that goal threat through their quality. And you go forwards. Yeah, Chip Bates says, looking at Erin Lovett's monstrous headers, him moves them. Oh, you do refer to the unit. Must be approaching diamond. We'll have to ask her, won't we? Is that the right thing to ask somebody? How hard is your head? Classic Bee Gees track, of course. Suckley wins the throw. That's nice, snappy passing now. Suckley's gone offside. Evans again, decisive and aggressive, and Sharp needs to be careful here, and is. Good work again by Sharp under pressure, and Craven, as always, calm with the ball to her feet. Love it. Cairns created a bit of space. Cairns looking for Suckley. Bowen gets a foot in. A good scrap, those two, haven't they? Here's Suckley chopping off. Good strength, holding off Walklett. Just unlucky, just dropped the wrong side of Eden, and then just unlucky again. Oh, Lightfoot as well. She nicks it from long. Suckley's in support. She wants it on her right foot. She gets it on her right foot. Nasty ball in. Important header clear. Chamberlain wants to come for it, but she can't get there. And it's... Oh, it's missed. It's in. Wrexham take the lead. Wow. It's a hell of a scramble. But ultimately, the moment Chamberlain couldn't gather that before it bounced, there was trouble. Suckley did ever so well, cutting inside and delivering that nasty ball in. It was headed up in the air, and then no foul on the keeper. Cara Jones did well to protect it. Iddington's first shot blocked on the line. His second shot straight in there. Wrexham take the lead against the champions Cardiff. Didn't Cara Jones do well to hold her position there? And Iddington responded so quickly. Wow, Wrexham lead against Cardiff. There we have it. Throw in on the halfway line. Wrexham leading 2-1 away to the champions Cardiff. Brilliant stuff. Well, Steve Dale there would be delighted. What a vindication for him and his coaching team to see this remarkable improvement now. Is that a corner? Yes, it is. A chance for Price, who, like I said, scored directly from the corner last week to try and strike. So she sets herself. Wrexham have everyone going back to defend. So Price has an empty 6-yard box at the moment. Lots of players looking to evade their mark as Craven comes into the crowd. Partly cleared. Billingham doesn't get hold of it. And oh, it's a free kick. Craven has hurt herself as she came out for that. She did really well to attack it. But it was a nasty delivery in by Price. Craven looking to take responsibility, got the ball away. collision in there, and Wrexham having achieved something here, leading at Cardiff City, is quite remarkable. This is the first time we have led Cardiff City in our history. Not bad, eh? But yeah, Wrexham have been breaking barriers this season in remarkable fashion. It's good to see Craven was sitting up. Long way to go in this game, of course, but to be leading Cardiff is quite something. A little look back at that goal, the ball in the air. Cara Jones made an issue at the post, I beg your pardon. I thought it was cleared off the line, and then Everton's going to get there, and Craven's okay, and we are able to resume. That's great news. Cardiff had a little conversation with the referee, because I think they felt that they should be given the ball from the drop ball. Be a brave ref to give a drop ball like 8 yards out to an attacking team. And I think the ref's right, just about, because Walklitz had a shot which was blocked while Craven was on the floor, and it was like a good interception there in midfield by Cairns once more. Lily Jones, sharp, that's a good idea if Cara Jones can get to it. The backspin could help her. It's an awkward bounce though, can't quite make it, unlucky. You know, there was a question earlier about the pace of the game. I know this sounds a bit odd, but I'm going to put it out there. When you're further away from a pitch, does it make things look a bit slower because you're a bit more detached? I certainly find that in cricket. You watch cricket on TV, Lily Jones is battling away here, unlucky. You look at cricket on TV and it can look quite slow. You go to a game, watch it on the side of the pitch, and it's so fast, that ball's moving. What if it's that partly? He is Price now. Cardiff will be eager to try and test Craven after that knock that she took. Allen, good determined play, wins the throw-in. Good work. There's a lot of work for Wrexham to do to close out this result, but just taking the lead here in itself is something. Cara Jones gets another decision. Like I said, remember, we do have that strong bench to fall back on when we need to. But consolidating the 2-1 lead, holding on to it for a while, is important. As the ball is switched out inaccurately to the right-hand side. Wrexham throw. Keogh's sort of playing as a withdrawn player behind two split strikers. It was her who played that ball. Then lastly, bounds Allen. Brilliant tackle, that. Barry was surging onto it. Superb tackle by the skipper. That's a strong tackle, though. Wrexham need to get their shape back and just sort them out. Here, they have done. Lovett slots into the middle. For the moment, at least. That's a dangerous little touch, and Lovett's got an important challenge in there. She's hurt herself as well, is she? Looks like she's, just got a bang on her foot, hasn't she, as Long went in to attack it. Idendon does well. He helps her on Lily Jones, putting the pressure on again. That's a great surge. Can Cardiff, with players up the pitch, get some decent service to them? Barry's done really well here. Long range effort, good save by Craven. Like I said, you expect they're going to be keen to try and test it. And it was a good run. Barry carried it well. Struck it cleanly, but palmed away. Good save, that really got across well. The curve might have just taken it off target, but, well, Craven certainly couldn't take that chance. So another corner from Price. He puts such good service in. Whips it into the far post. Good header, that. Is there another knock there? No, the referee's playing on. Suckley, I think, who got ahead to that. Great contact. And you were just taking an eye off the ball there. Wrexham with the throw in on the halfway on the right hand side. Keogh's positioning is really interesting. Actually, I said she's playing behind split strikers. Don't think she is. She's when they haven't got the ball, she seems to be drifting onto the left, and when they have it, she seems to want to make that run into the middle. Are they trying to just try and get it to pop out? As Lily Jones has done really well here to accuse an issue and win the ball. Good intelligent pass. Suckley now. Pulls it back, but Lightfoot had attacked the 6-yard box. To be fair, maybe she was hard to spot. Now then, Clark back in. Important stooping header clear. Wrexham suddenly putting the pressure on. This has all come from Lily Jones's effort. Cairns, lovely vision. Lightfoot doesn't quite pick the right ball out. Having said that, Wrexham will not give up. Jones drills it. Chamberlain holds on to it well. Jones always wears a heart on her sleeve. She's so frustrated that was too straight. But Chamberlain had to be sharp there. Good strike that from Jones. He started it all by putting that pressure on. And in the end, Wrexham threatened before finally testing the keeper. Cardiff have responded well to going behind, but Wrexham there showing our threat. Sharp didn't get that right, and Billingham is eager to go scurrying forwards. Danger here. That's a good pass as well. Barry will hit this. Wrexham survive. My word, that was close. Lovely play again by Billingham. She teed it up nicely. Barry, so close. Lovely weighted pass, just takes Lovett out the equation, and it just skipped and went narrowly wide. Wrexham survive. Allen. Down the line, that's dangerous now. Price will hit this. Craven as well. Comfortably behind her. Price will hit those from distance. Like I said, she scores a lot of goals from that left-sided position. Wrexham having to dig in here. 25 minutes away from history. This would be history. And then Clark drops off and plays an intelligent pass. Iddenden using her body well. She's got Lightfoot inside. Well-weighted pass to her. Evans looks to get the foot in. She's an impatient defender. She wants to nick the ball away. She's done well. Love it. That's a nice idea. It's not well executed. Mine to Cardiff. Can they transition? Love it, stepping up, putting pressure on in midfield, but Barry has looked good in the middle of the pitch. Clark, though, strength, and again, good use of the ball. Jones, unlucky, looking for a namesake. Cara Jones, who made a good run in from the flank. She was tracked well, to be fair, by Price. Wrexham fighting hard here. That's a harsh decision against Cairns, I think. Gosh, this is tense. Cardiff are making another change. It is not going their way, and they need to make an alteration here. So Billingham, interestingly, is the player coming off. She's scored, she's hit the post, but she is withdrawn, and Laura Kernock is coming on. Well, Kernock is an out-and-out striker. She'll play in the middle of a front three again. So it wasn't an orthodox front two before. Now they are playing a sort of orthodox front three, and here is Kernock beaten to it by Allen. Lily Jones driving on. Good ball. Picks out Suckley. Drag over. Nice pull back. Wrexham keeping the ball moving. Cara Jones is Suckley down the line again. Instead, she looks to deliver. It's a nice idea towards Lightfoot. Chamberlain again was on the move very, very early. So again, asking questions. I think about it. I think it was Walkley's the skipper who went off, wasn't it? Billingham's still down there in the middle of the pitch. Here's Kernock now, and she's got 3 players in support. Allen looking to stop her from delivering. Strong defending by Allen, but Kernock's done well. Good tackle by Sharp. It will be another corner for Price to take. These corners are so threatening, especially on the left-hand side, and that's where they've all been from for Price. She really drops them into nasty areas. Just drops them in at the far post, doesn't she? Barry looks unmarked at the moment on the edge of the 6-yard box. Suckley has come across now. Another one looking to put it into that area, but she didn't get it right. Goal kick, and that's a let-off for Wrexham. And halfway through the second half means that Craven will just take her time over the restart. Lightfoot. It's a good ball. Inden picked out. She hasn't got much support. Suckley now. She's got support in Cairns. Tries the shot instead. Unlucky. Good effort. It's a super ball by Clark. Drilled it up to Inden. And Inden again, intelligent player, holds on to the ball, waits for that support. Suckley could have slipped in. A pass for Cairns. Goes to goal, which is typical of her though. Wrexham scrapping hard again to try and win it back. That's good. Inden gets the foot in the end. Cardiff. Have they been given a test like this season, I wonder? Ooh, it's nearly picked up there by Lily Jones. Good little spell this by Wrexham, but Cardiff have managed to work a nice pass there. Colley available to the left. Instead, the ball to Long is over hit. Applause from the Wrexham fans who are cheering everything here. I'm telling you, they're kicking every ball. I'll be honest, so am I. Love it with the throw. Chip Pace is absolutely correct in Arse Wrexham, saying still a long way to go, absolutely. But the score ends this way, and Wrexham defeats Swansea City twice and Cardiff City once. The next final whistle weekly will last a week. You're not wrong, my friend. It will be a celebratory open bus tour. There is a long way to go, though. 20 minutes plus added time. There should be a fair bit of that. So Craven has a long spell of treatment, didn't she? She goes long. Clark. Good head to that. Again, Clark is so strong and solid in that central midfield position. Cairns gets a foot in. Wrexham are preparing a change. Hard to see because the glass is not transparent. Inden gets close there and forces the mistake. Now Clark once more. She's so judicious and I use the ball. And then pops it off. That's a lovely ball now. And Suckley picking her up from Cairns. Good defending that by Evans again. Cairns is after that though. Does well. Love it. Nicely done. Suckley. Oh, it's a key touch now. Inden is in the middle. Lightfoot's got time. Cara Jones and Marks at the far post. Lightfoot slots it through. Good defending that by Jenkins. Oh, Wrexham threatening again. And even though, like I said, I think they've been a lot better in the second half, Wrexham's still the side making chances. Corner. Played short, that's nice. Now then, chance for a shot here. Swept it nastily, important header clear. Evans again. And it's kept in. Prodded down the line by Bellingham. Lightfoot knocks it back over the top. Suckley's on the chase here, and a spin. Will it keep it in? Not quite. Wow. A fair play. She'll chase everything, won't she? Everything and anything. We do have a sub ready. Wrexham don't look to be putting on in this change, though. And still can't quite see where it is. The ball is drilled clear. Allen nods it down. Cardiff helps it on, throws for Wrexham. Will we now see the change? It is Mary Gibbard. It's going to gamble, I thought it was Gibbard. And we're still not going to bring her on. We've got 2 subs ready. I think Rebecca Pritchard is here, and that might be the cause of the delay. Of course, you're only allowed 3 transfer windows, substitution windows, aren't you now? So I guess they want to make the 2 at the same time. So they're both still waiting in the dugout. Good work again, Lily Jones. Matt Clark. Sharp. That's good work to get it away. She was clipped. The ref did well there. Played the advantage. There isn't one. Stops play. And still, they don't look. I think it's Phoebe Davis. Beg your pardon, not Rebecca Pritchard. But the linesman has signalled for a substitution. And finally, Wrexham are going to make those changes. That was a convoluted pantomime. So, Davis and Gibbard on. Off come Cairns and Karen Allen. So, Phoebe Davis will slot in on that right-sided position in the back 3, and Mary Gibbard will go into midfield. Cairns took that heavy whack in the first half, didn't she? So it's understandable maybe she can't see out the 90. And Allen, well, I mean, she's such a warrior, but she takes so many kicks and has been carrying injuries lately. So it's been quite a common change. That is Davis, typical start, snaps in with the tackle. Suckley wins the throw. 16 minutes plus added time left. Wrexham tilting at something very, very special indeed. Suckley can't quite get there. Good foot in though by Cara Jones. Davis has done well. Now there's options. She's here. Gibbard's fed it on nicely. Oh, it's a huge, huge touch. Oh, Lightfoot was in on goal. Tremendous foot in by Long. Wrexham would have had a golden opportunity. Big work that defensively by Long. Again, Wrexham just putting pressure on. All started with that great tackle by Phoebe Davis. Straight into the action. Throw down the line. Kernock dispossessed. Suckley misses the ball. She'll keep fighting for it, mind. And she'll keep going. Oh, that's a very late challenge. That's got to be a card. I mean, I wonder whether Suckley, pushed a player out of the way initially. Ref didn't give that, though, and goodness me, that was a wild challenge, that wasn't it? That had to be a yellow. Lovely touch, that. Maybe not a push, to be fair. And then Evans has gone, wow, straight into it. Yellow. No question. So Shannon Evans, number 14, with the yellow card. Free kick a long way out. Not that you'd necessarily rule out a shot. There's always a possibility when Lee Jones is around. It is a shot. Deflection drops it in the goal. That defence is very deep. You know, Cardiff asked for trouble there, I thought. Lee Jones, having had that pop, knocks it back. Sharp mishits. Cara Jones with an awkward one. And ultimately, that's Davis, I beg your pardon. It gets beyond it. Colley. It's a nice idea. It's a good pass, in fact. He's clipped on nicely. Looked offside. There's just offside. That was a tight call. The correct one, though, as Keogh got him behind. Nice little touch by Kernock. And they're going to make another change, Cardiff. They're scrolling through their options now, aren't they? They need to somehow dig something out. So... Seren Thomas comes on and will line up in midfield. Wrexham scrapping for that. The ref will have to stop play. There's another head injury. Cardiff player's gone down. Is it Evans, I think? And the ref's very quick to bring the physio once more. It's going to be a long time added on, isn't there? So it's Jenkins jumping into Shannon Evans, who's injured her teammate inadvertently. So yeah, Thomas comes on. Wrexham, have we got another player stripped off in there? In the dugouts? Maybe not. Well, maybe so, yeah. Rosie Hughes, but she's putting her bib back on, it looks like. But you would think Hughes coming on just to freshen things up front would be an obvious option at some point, although Suckley and Iddenden are showing no sign whatsoever of flagging, are they? Yeah, Thomas came on from Megan Bowen. So another change of shape, you would think, when they settle down. Goodness me. What a performance this has been. It's 1-1 now between TNS and Britain Ferry too. So Shannon Evans coming off just after they brought a centre-back off. Back to the face, you can see on the, she is a bit red-faced where she was hit. So they're down to 10 for now. Price hits a free kick. Over the top, Suckley, I think, might have gone just too soon. Flagstick, no, is offside. Yeah, she looked like she'd just gone too soon then. Ironically, if she'd started the yard back, I think she still would have got there first. It's good strength to pop the ball off by Colley. Thomas playing it forwards. Good strength by Barry as well, until she runs into Phoebe Davis. Wrexham need to keep their discipline as the long ranger comes in. Craven keeps her eye on it, feels it comfortably. Shannon Evans is back on now. Lightfoot now. Iddenden wins the throw. Yeah, they've gone back to a 4 at the back, Cardiff, as they desperately try and find something that'll work. Billingham to cover at right back there for the moment. Long is the right back. Left back is Price. Centre backs are now Jenkins and Evans as Craven. Looking for Lightfoot. Billingham. Approached the last 10 minutes. So like Suckley nearly nipped in there. But I said it was a foul. Plays advantage. Price clipping a great ball over Lovett. Now then, Barry. She'll have to retrieve it, and she's got Long in support. Well, she looks to deliver. Long now. Neat little pass inside. That's another one that Craven takes comfortably. Craven solid once more when tested. Strike comes in, but too straight. Drops on a half volley, can be awkward, takes it well. Suckley beaten in the air by Evans. Billingham does well to pop that pass out to Kerner. Good tackle by Davis. Suckley, first touch just got away from her. Now then, Suckley, a little bit of afters there. She took a little slap on the back of Price's head, didn't she? And the referee is right to give the yellow. Now then, Clark gets a foot in. Wrexham wants handball. Referee agrees. Nine minutes plus surely a good chunk of added time. As Wrexham make another change. Rosie Hughes is going to come on for Ava Suckley. She's just got a yellow, but I think more pertinently, she looks a little tired, just a little bit. I mean, goodness me, she should be. Because she's been working like crazy. But, you know, Rosie Hughes, explosive player, sort of player who can make an impact against tired defenders. Evans heads the ball clear. That's good work by Colley. She's done really well. Cardiff have players ahead of the ball here. 4 marked by 3, in fact. And that's great vision. Kernock now. Wrexham needs to just get organised. They're getting bodies back now. Kernock holds it up. That's a good ball. Billingham can hit this. Doesn't get the proper contact. Just for a moment there, we were in danger of getting opened up. Kernock slowed things down a bit, didn't she? I think she needed to be a bit snappier. It was 4 on 3 when she received it, but she never looked like she was going to get out any pace. That's a great kick by Craven. Now then, Hughes. Awkward bounce, and she can't get the shot off properly. It was a horrible bounce, but Craven, brilliant again. Great delivery. And Hughes she's one-on-one, but forced wide by the bounce of the ball. Very difficult finish. She raced them, but there's the danger, isn't it? She's going to get at them. She's going to use her pace. Price clears. Sharp coming across. It's good work by Cardiff to create a loose ball, and that could be awkward for Lovers, but Craven's quick. Good work. Saw the danger and was out quickly. I can't take much more of this. I'm kicking every ball. Gibbard is after this. Hughes there, backs in well, creates a loose ball. Linden, great awareness. Cara Jones onto it. Gibbard's attacked the far post. Jones, I think, understandably lets it roll. When we played here in that 4-1 match, Gibbard was forced to go and play off the striker by injuries in the second half, and was excellent supporting the strikers, and forced a remarkable save with a header from Karen Chamberlain. She's in that role now and is looking good. Linden, that's it. Nearly picks her out. Gibbard is unlucky there. Clark fighting, wins the ball back. Again, Linden's aware. Lily Jones thinks about the shot. Nearly puts it through for Lightfoot. Wrexham battling away, but couldn't get the shot off. Can Cardiff break? Davis anticipates the danger well. Linden's offside. Clark wearing the armband now with Allen off the pitch. I just keep looking at the clock all the time. feeling edgy. And Wrexham will be very happy with that. Jenkins getting the pass wrong. I'm embarrassed to admit that is Walkley's out there. There's something creased in them, but it looked like an 18, but it is Walkley. So it was Billingham who came off. I feel shame. That's a nice flick. Now then, good work to get there first. I give us Edendon now. Has got players in support. Hughes, it's all a bit adjacent in there. Edendon's done well to get a foot back in. Lightfoot's. Now, can they break? Barry. Steve Davis again fighting hard. Kernock working. In the end, Keogh playing it wide, and Davis, well, she was never going to let it get past her one way or the other. She'll get a yellow card. One for your Wrexham bingo card. Phoebe Davis, yellow card. Just that one for a while, actually. 2 yellows for Wrexham now. Yeah, Davis was not going to let it go past one way or the other, was she? She was committed, but that was a dangerous situation. It's still a dangerous situation, of course, because Price is the set-piece expert par excellence. But Kernock would have been in a brilliant position if she got past Davis. Price standing it high to the far post. And, ooh, Lily Jones has gone down over her ankle there. It's a throw to Cardiff, but the ref will have to see how she is first. Yeah, that looks a bit awkward. Hopefully she just, tripped over the Cardiff player rather than actually damaged her ankle, but she's struggling, isn't she? Rebecca Pritchard's ready to come on, but obviously we're going to have to wait and see exactly how Lily is here. It was a funny little, one of those innocuous ones. Wrexham on the bench. Well, we've got one more outfield option in Pritchard. Losing Lily Jones would always be a blow, always. But just thinking how we reconfigure this to in the centre of midfield. It'd probably have to be Indon dropping back off, because we've taken off players like Suckley who can slot into that position. Cairns has gone off, of course. Let's have a look at what happened. So it was an awkward free kick play then. The collision. Ooh, she's just been. Well, I'm hoping it's a contact injury when that player jumps, because that's liable to be less significant than a twisted ankle as it turns. But she's been battling through injuries lately. Well, if she's okay to continue, that would be great, but she's going to have to go off the pitch for 30 seconds. Rebecca Pritchard is ready to come on, but she's not going to be brought on yet. She's in the dugout, and clearly Wrexham are planning a different sort of change. Pritchard's hard to spot in that dugout, but yeah, she's just at the far side as Ian Derbyshire obligingly steps out of the way. But we're going to wait and see how Lily is. Also, the fact that she's bouncing up and down her toes is promising, but she's going to have to wait 30 seconds as the ball comes in. Gibbons won a good header there. And Walkless feeding it wide. Cross will go for a corner, will it? Yep. Wrexham having to dig deep here because Lily Jones won't be able to come in for this corner. She looks to be moving pretty well on the side of the pitch there. So, an away swinger from Price. 2 minutes plus added time left. Lots of movement beyond the far post. It's into a nasty area, and wow, maybe too much movement at the far post, to be frank. As that's a throw-in to Cardiff. Lily Jones is back on the pitch. Throw taken, good-footed again by Phoebe Davis. It's helped on well by Iddenden, but Walkless has it. Poor touch. She does well to recover. Lily Jones pressing, forcing the error. Lightfoot, heavy first touch, but she'll get to it. Will she? Just about. Lily Jones is offside, though. To make sure she gets a little knock down the line. Yeah, that set piece a moment ago, Amy Long was really charging around trying to get herself free of her marker. And ultimately, well, she managed to do so, but underran the ball as a result. She got underneath the corner, and so she couldn't get on the end of it. Right, here comes Rebecca Pritchard. We're into the 90th minute. And Rebecca Pritchard is going to come on to replace Erin Lovitz. Interesting. Clark slots into the back three. Pritchard goes to right back. Cara Jones will support on the right as Wrexham switch to a 4 at the back. Davis at left back. Wrexham just looking to close things. Oh, Davis can't stick with Kernock, who plays a dangerous ball in, and that's good work by Sharp. She couldn't take any chances, and so prods it behind for the corner. Craven was committed, but might not have got there. So another set piece for Wrexham to survive. 5 added minutes. 5 added minutes. Ball comes in. Gibbard, partly away. Good work. Gets a good foot in. Here's Evans now. Standing her up long. It's well taken by Keogh. Good ball out wide as well. Danger here, Price. Still out there after the corner. Gibbard again, helping it away. Barry running into the danger area, has done well. Good strike, but over. Oh, she did well then. She's played so well since coming on. But the advantage of playing here is that that ball's gone a long, long way away. So we can take our time. There are other replacement balls, but still. I'm sure that Lizzie Craven's not going to go too crazy with the quick set piece. I'm trying to do the proper thing, but I am inclined to stick my Wrexham hat on very firmly for the last 4 minutes and just pray as much as commentate. Cardiff are starting to really bring Kernock in well since she switched to the right after those last changes. She gets that pass well, though, and listen to the Wrexham fans encouraging their team. 3.5 minutes plus any extra scraps the ref wishes to make, to add on. Pritchard is going to get a yellow card for time wasting. Well, as long as it works. Who cares? Wrexham with another throw in. Hughes did well and leaves that one. Pritchard with the throw on the halfway line. Looking for it and done. Nice touch by her to find Hughes. Hughes crowded out in the end. Long. in the centre circle. That's a good determined run, but she's overrun that. Gibbard, that's clever. Now then, Inden looking for Lightfoot, driving forwards. Well, she goes to the corner flag. Well, she's won a corner, and that is perfect. That is perfect. Wrexham can take their time over this. I would personally recommend the short corner and keeping it in there, because we are close to something historic here. We are close to absolutely wiping out that big 2 hoodoo in the space of 3 weeks. Well, we are going to play it short in the corner. Inden and Cara Jones are on it. Rosie Hughes optimistically stands on the keeper. I don't reckon it's coming in there. Here's Inden, looking to hold it up. Scrap offside. Offside given. Well, rounded back to Inden. So, free kick by the corner flag. That's a good fuzz in. Rosie Hughes making it difficult for Cardiff to come out here. We've got 90 seconds plus whatever the referee will add. Price on the right-hand side, trying to put a bit of shape on that, and Clark, decisive, great work. Draws the free kick. That's superb from that Clark. Barry body checks her. Clark will stay down as well. Superb, superb play by her. We are a minute from something massive here, from history. Wrexham 2-1 up at Cardiff. Lily Jones, perfect ball to Inden. Wrexham looking to run the clock down. Inden trying to find Cara Jones, who does really well to hold off Barry. She's dispossessed by Price, who clears. Gibbard with a good foot in, edge of the area now. She feeds a good ball in as well, back to goal. Hughes helps it on. Shot comes in from Lightfoot, blocked. And Evans smashes it clear, but it'll go to Wrexham on the halfway line. 30 seconds left of the 5 added minutes. Wrexham 2-1 up. That's a good ball to Hughes as well, and Hughes is aware there's space to the left. Ball's worked wide. Lightfoot can't keep it in. 15 seconds plus what the ref chooses to add on. He did book Rebecca Pritchard for time wasting during the 5 added minutes, so he won't blow bang on. But we are so close to something unbelievable here. Inden taking it to the corner flag again. We've had the 5 added minutes. Inden holding on. Come on, ref, do your job. He's right over there. Inden's doing their job. That's superb work by it. Still hanging on. And in the end, offside given against it. Not sure how that works, but anyway, Cardiff, will they get one last Hail Mary in? Rosie Hughes is racing back. Oh, it's a good ball forwards though. Collie has brought it down. She has support, and she's managed to get through a challenge. Danger here. Barry, edge of the area. God, Rebecca Pritchard, great tackle. Come on, ref. We've added 40 seconds on. I don't see where that's gone. Price throwing it in short. He's given them every chance. Price hits her crossfield once, and Inden gets there. Hughes was there. Good defensive work, but it's played forward. Great ball by Lily Jones. Hughes against the last defender, but surely she's going into the corner flag, is she? Maybe not. She cuts into the box and tries to side for Evans. Good tackle. And there it is! There it is! 3 weeks ago, we were supposedly suffering from a complex against Cardiff and Swansea. Not anymore. We have beaten Swansea twice, hammered them in one of those occasions, and now, look at this. Cardiff City 1, Wrexham 2. Wrexham win at Cardiff. Cardiff will be champions, no question about it. We've just delayed that, but Wrexham, we stand on a par with them. The celebrations out there are fantastic. This team, I love this team. They're the best. When we drew at Cardiff Met, I know I've said this a billion times. When we drew at Cardiff Met, our season was over. But this team would not accept that. They were depressed afterwards. They were upset afterwards. They knew they kept doing the right thing and going about the job in the right way. And yet, the results just weren't coming. They needed something miraculous to get into the top half of the second phase. They produced something miraculous. They respond to that disappointment by beating Aberystwyth 7-1, by winning the derby against TNS, an excellent team who were on fire thanks to Lily Jones's 87th minute screamer. Oh, it's on the side of the pitch. Karen Allen going mad. Terrific celebration. And Wrexham, we pushed on then, beat Swansea 5-0 in the Welsh Cup, beat them in the last minute at Swansea to achieve that impossible dream and get into the top half again. Karen Allen is going insane out there. And now, well, we just continue. We start off by beating TNS again, convincingly. And now we have won at Cardiff for the first time ever. When that second goal went in, that was the first time we've ever led Cardiff, whereas the players have a huddle on the sides of the pitch. Absolutely, absolutely remarkable. We have held on and we have won it. And we went behind, of course. Cardiff are the champions for a reason. Billingham, against the run of play, drove in a long-range shot. It was a great finish by her into the bottom left corner. But Wrexham fought back well. Great assist by Idenden, hooking the ball in from the right. Ava Suckley, one-on-one, finished it beautifully. And in the second half, we continued in the same way. And Abby Idenden, as the Wrexham players come out of their huddle with a scream of delight. Abby Idenden hit the post. It ricocheted back out. She prodded it home. But I tell you what, from the back to the front, that is an utterly magnificent. But Lily Jones there needed treatment, was limping heavily off the pitch. But she's not going to come off just because she can't walk. Because she's not that kind. And that is utterly brilliant. The key moments in this remarkable 2-1 when, as the celebrations go on, Cardiff taking the lead. Price so dangerous from set pieces, standing the ball in. Craven backpedaling, did ever so well to push the ball clear, but it was kept alive on the side of the box. Ball driven back in. Wrexham poked it half clear. Cairns is about to complete the clearance. So Cardiff player got a toe to it, and Billingham struck it superbly into the bottom left corner. Craven had no chance as it came through a crowd, and Cardiff had the lead. It was against a run of play, it's got to be said. Wrexham had looked really impressive in the first half. Cardiff switching to four at the back, and it didn't do them favours. We dealt with them comfortably. But that goal put us behind. We equalised, though, with Lizzie Craven knocking a long goal kick. Cara Jones hooking it on the right flank, and Idenden does brilliantly to keep it in, never mind anything else, but she volleys a beautifully weighted ball into the path of Ava Suckley, who drives into the box and so cool, slots it past Karen Chamberlain to give us the equaliser. Suckley absolutely on fire in front of goal. It was a lovely finish. I mean, Idenden, like I said, did superbly to keep it in. Suckley had a really big bounce to deal with, but tamed it nicely with her right foot and slid it home. Brilliant finish. And then the winner, it was scrappy and beautiful. Starts off great work by Lightfoot. Robs long, level the edge of the area on the left-hand side. She's got two players in the box, Lily Jones in support, pulls it back. Suckley has come out to help her out wide. She rips in a vicious right-footed ball. It's headed up in the air by Jenkins, and Cara Jones is brilliant to get between Chamberlain and the ball. So it drops for Idenden. The first shot from 6 yards out on the stretch hits the post. It ricochets back out. There's two defenders between her and the ball, a goal, but she keeps it cool and slots it home. Oh, my word. And that is great. I'm telling you. That's why you follow a team, isn't it? Cara Jones did so well to get in Chamberlain's way. Idenden's first finish hits the post, but her instant on the stretch second finish is brilliant. And then the pose of celebration from Minden as Cara Jones hugs her. Wrexham have made history here, and I tell you what, this season has been a triumph as it turns out. But next season feels exciting too, doesn't it? I've enjoyed that. Thank you so much, everyone, for throwing in your Ask Wrexham comments. I'll enjoy reading that on the way home. I'm not driving, don't worry. And thanks as well, of course, you guys were right to point out the superb work of our production team. Thanks to them as well. It's always a pleasure to work with them. But the most important thing of all is the final score was Cardiff City 1, Wrexham 2. God damn it. Yes. We'll have that, won't we? Fantastic stuff from Wrexham. Thoroughly deserved. I am a happy little man. Ta-ta.